Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Blue Jay Acres. My name is Noelle. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you decide to stick around, give a big thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. Sorry guys, I just noticed I have like a crazy hair. My hair has a mind of its own. It does whatever it wants to every day. Anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. So today, you guys, I'm switching things up again. I know you're gonna be surprised, right? I thought about not even sharing this with you guys, but I'm just trying to be transparent and real on what we're doing. So I do have Ronnie working the team of doctors. I want everybody to know that first in case you are new and you don't know. My daughter's been sick for now 7 months and we're trying to get her better. And so she is working with the regular doctor or general practitioner. She's working with her GI specialist. She's working with an allergist now. She's got a psychiatrist. She's got a therapist. We're working with all these people. But I've definitely been changing up her diet to see if there's anything I can do here at home to alleviate some of her pain and discomfort. And you know, that's just part of being a parent, and I'm just gonna keep trying. If there's anything I can possibly do, then I want to do that. And I've heard from you guys. I have heard from many things when I've been reading and trying to figure out things myself. This is a long process. Like I said, we're already 7 months in. This can last for years before we know what's wrong with her. So if there's anything I can do at home, that's why I'm switching things up all the time. That's why I'm trying different things to see if there's anything at home that I can help, even a little, make her feel better. So if you're new and you don't know, we did whole food plant-based for about 6 months because I had read so many people healed their guts that way. That did nothing. In fact, if anything, she was worse. Of course, it was towards the beginning of all of it happening. So maybe it was worse because it was the beginning, but over that whole time, there was no relief at all. If anything, she was just absolutely miserable. So that's when we decided to switch that out. And then we tried to remove everything because she started getting hives. And that's when we went to an allergist and all that kind of stuff. So the hives are now under control. She's taking Zyrtec. She hasn't really had a lot of outbreaks, which is great. She takes 2 Zyrtec at night, and the allergist said she could take up to 3. Now we've gotten some of her blood work back. We have not gotten all of it. Now when they did her blood work, they took 8 vials of blood because they were doing a lot of blood work per the allergist's request. So we're waiting. It's a waiting game. We're waiting in between doctor visits. We're waiting in between blood work results, everything to try and find answers. So on the home front, I had removed everything. I removed every kind of preservative, additive, dyes, anything that could maybe be causing that. And we started making everything from scratch. Literally, I emptied out my fridge of all condiments, of everything. And I will say she got a little relief, but not a lot. So then I was been looking more and more. And I found a doctor called, okay, sorry about that. I found a doctor called Dr. Ken Berry on TV. And I started watching a lot of what he has to say. And then I started reading about people that have healed their gut and how a low carb diet can help with the inflammation of the gut, which would be relieving a lot of that pain that she has, which we're still waiting on celiac results anyway. So to remove carbs would not be a bad thing, to just try that. And that's an avenue we have yet not discovered or, you know, tried. So right now, we're gonna dive into a low carb for a little while and see if that helps. So that is not one the whole family has to do. This is something that Ronnie and I are going to do together so that she's got a partner. I'm going to do it with her. And but the rest of the family will continue to eat. Like Charles has oatmeal for breakfast. They're going to have like some bread with stuff, even though we won't. But that's one that I feel like is easy enough to incorporate both ways, because it's just make the low carb meal and then they can add a carb. So that is what we are going to try right now. So some of you have asked, so am I bringing back in some stuff? Yes, I am. So there is condiments in the house again. I had removed them and just moved them to another fridge that we have outside. I didn't throw everything away. So I was able to just bring those back in and say, all right, you guys can have them, because that's not doing it. So that definitely makes things a little bit easier on me as well. I still cook a ton from scratch. I love cooking from scratch. I've done it now for a very long time, so don't worry, there will still be that. But doing more sugar-free, obviously low carb is what we're gonna try now. And I'm just being transparent and letting you guys know what we're trying. Maybe if somebody else is going through this, maybe it'll help you. If you guys have suggestions and ideas, share them with us, because low carb is really uncharted territory for us. Even though we tried, like I said, keto a year ago, that lasted for like a week. We were like, no, it's not for us. We want fruit, and we want sugar and carbs. So this is definitely something newer for us to do as a family. So any suggestions and you know, tips you guys have that have done this before, please let us know. All right, that being said, we're going to jump into what we're eating today. And so you are going to see low carb versions, and you're going to see it added with carbs. So let's just jump into it. Here is breakfast. Okay, so here is Charles's favorite breakfast. He has this almost every day, and it is a big bowl of oats. So I'm going to add just some water to this. You add about that much water, and now I'm going to pop this in the microwave for 4 minutes. Okay, so while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to pop some bacon into the oven, and that way we have this for salads later today and to sprinkle in like some omelets and that type of stuff. All right, now it's time to finish his oatmeal. So the oats are done. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. I'm going to add some milk. I'm going to add a little bit of this raw sugar, and that comes out like a brown sugar. So it kind of gives that brown sugar flavor, because raw sugar still has all the natural molasses in it. And then he likes a little maple syrup. So it's like a maple brown sugar oatmeal. And I just stir all that together. And then he loves to add some frozen blueberries. So you get the warm and you get the cold from the frozen blueberries. And the warm from the oats. And I just toss them a little bit in there, and that's it. This is his favorite oatmeal. He eats this like every morning. Okay, and then I wanted to share with you what I'm gonna have for breakfast. So I made up this chia pudding last night. I got it a little bit watery, I guess. I did a cup of almond milk unsweetened with 2.5 teaspoons, or tablespoons, I'm sorry, of chia seeds. And then I did a couple drops of this Splenda and a little bit of vanilla. And now I'm just going to add 1/4 cup of frozen blueberries. And that's it. This is my breakfast this morning. Ronnie did not eat breakfast. She does not do breakfast because she doesn't want to be too sick. So she waits till lunch. And Kate and Theo will do theirs when they get up. So that's it for breakfast today. Alright, so now the bacon is done. So I'm just going to let that cool off and put it in the fridge. Okay, so one of the things that I'm going to do for lunch today is we have some leftover pork chops. And to go with the pork chops, I'm going to cut up some potatoes and pop them in the oven. I'm just going to keep it really simple. And just slice these up. Then I'm gonna toss a little bit of olive oil on it. A little onion powder. A little garlic powder. And some dried parsley. Then I'm just gonna pop this in the oven and let this cook. All right, so last night I made a whole chicken, and I did keep the carcass because I'm gonna make a chicken stock, but I probably won't get to that till tomorrow. And I also made pork chops. So for lunch, they're gonna do pork chops and these potatoes that I'm cooking, and I'm gonna make a salad, a buffalo chicken salad for myself with the leftover chicken. So I will share that with you and how I'm gonna put that together here in just a minute. All right, so here is Charles's. It's just pork chops and those potatoes, and then we're gonna make mine. I have a bunch of chicken here from the chicken that I roasted. So I'm gonna throw together like a hot wing salad, kind of a buffalo chicken salad. There you go. That's what I'm gonna throw together. Okay, so I'm gonna start with just a bed of lettuce, and then I've got this chicken that I just cut up. I'm gonna leave mine cold because I like cold chicken on a salad. Charles does not. Ronnie does not. I do. I think Kate does too. And I'm just gonna add some Frank's hot sauce to this. I'm just gonna toss it around. Keeping it super simple. And I'm gonna add that here on my salad. I'm also gonna top it with some celery. A boiled egg, a little crumbled blue cheese, a little bit of the bacon from earlier, and then I'm gonna top it with some ranch. And that is my salad. Okay, I'll do a taste test for you guys. I think it's gonna be very, very good.
Can I tell my joke?
It's very good. All right, Charles wants to tell you one of his jokes.
No, you stand there so you can see the reaction. What kind of farmers don't get paid by the hour?
What kind?
The ones that work on celery.
Because I was adding celery to the... Very good.
But I like the heat contrast. I like the hot and cold contrast, which is why I like chicken on a salad, but I don't like cold chicken. I like the contrast. It's probably the same thing going on with my blueberries. Why have you put cold blueberries in a hot?
Probably. All right, we're gonna go eat because I'm starving. We've just got back from a visit with Luke's school and we're hungry. It's like 1:30. So I'll see you guys later on for dinner. All right, guys, it is time for dinner. It's actually pretty chilly here. It's starting to get cold, but it is time for dinner. It's 5:10. It's gonna get really dark outside very soon because that's the time of year it is right now. So, all right, tonight though, I'm gonna use the rest of this chicken that we had already cooked in the fridge. I'm doing a super easy dinner. I have some asparagus here. So we're gonna make some asparagus. And then we're gonna make a Alfredo sauce. And then we'll toss the chicken in with the Alfredo sauce. I've also got some zucchini, so we're gonna make some zucchini like noodles to serve with the Alfredo, and some asparagus. So let's get started on this dinner, fast and easy. And I'm just gonna pop them in this baking dish. Asparagus is definitely one of my favorites. Okay. To this, I'm gonna add a little bit of this bacon grease that I had from earlier. And just kind of stir that around. Or you could just use some olive oil. I just think this is going to give it a good flavor with the Alfredo. It'll have that kind of little bit of a bacon flavor. Then I'm just going to do some salt and pepper. I'm going to add just a little bit of grated Parmesan on here. Alright, I'm going to pop this in the oven to bake. Then next I'm going to work on my zucchini. I don't have a spiralizer. Well, I did have one, but I gave it to my mother. So I'm just going to use this little julienne peeler that I have. So I'm just going to put this in a bowl. And this should make these, see, it makes this like pasta type just by using this, and it goes really fast. Okay, next I'm going to just sprinkle these with a little bit of salt. Just try and help some of the water come out. I'm just kind of toss it in the salt. And we'll let this sit for a few minutes while we grate the cheese for the Alfredo sauce. Okay, we're going to start with about 3/4 of a cup of freshly shredded mozzarella. I'm sorry, freshly shredded Parmesan. We're going to top it with a little mozzarella when we're done. Alright, that should be about 3/4 of a cup. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Alfredo sauce. So I got some butter here. It's probably about 3 tablespoons. Now our asparagus is done, so I'm going to pull that out. Like I said, this all come together really, really fast. And get this butter nice and melted. I'm going to add about 4 cloves of minced garlic. I'm just going to constantly stir that for just a few minutes until it starts to get really good and browned and fragrant. Alright, to this I'm going to add 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. this together really good. I'm going to turn this heat now down to a low heat. And this is just going to simmer for 5 to 10 minutes until it starts to thicken up. Okay, and now on this front burner, I'm going to do the zoodles real fast. So in here, I'm going to heat this avocado oil up. And over here, it's time to give this just a little whisk. So I don't want it to burn. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze as hard as I can to get the water out of my zoodles. Then I'm just going to start putting them in this pan and just toss them around with this oil. And this is going to be really flavored though with the Alfredo sauce. So I'm just cooking them up a little bit so that they're warmed through. I'm going to add just a little bit of butter to this as well, just for a little more flavor. And then we'll come back over to our sauce because it's looking like it's starting to thicken up. Now over here, this is getting nice and thick. So I'm going to go on and add our cheese, Parmesan cheese, and we're going to mix that in here and get that nice and melted. And we're also going to add some salt and pepper. White pepper would be better in an Alfredo, but I might have white pepper somewhere, I just don't know where. I'm going to add some salt. And I'm just going to give it a little taste before we add our chicken in to warm up. Then I'm going to take our chicken, add all of the chicken that I had remaining, which isn't very much, so I'm going to go on and just cook up some shrimp as well because that cooks really fast. Alright, I'm just going to turn this off. This Alfredo, chicken Alfredo is ready to go. I'm going to remove the zoodles. The next, I'm just going to heat up some oil in a pan. Okay, and then I'm going to start putting in my shrimp. I also like to add a little bit of butter when we do shrimp and some Old Bay. This is the only pan I have clean right now, so I have to use a small one. But I'll just make it in a few batches. So that's it. This is super fast. Shrimp will be done in a minute. And that's all I do to make shrimp. Okay, so now to plate it, I'm gonna start with some of the zucchini. We'll see, hopefully Charles will eat the zucchini. I'm gonna top that with some of this Alfredo. Some zucchini. And then shrimp. Charles loves shrimp. So. Then I'm going to give just a little squeeze of lemon and a quick little grate of the Parmesan. That is it. That's dinner. I'll get Charles to do a taste test for you guys. And I also wanted to show you, this is my plate. I am not a fettuccine lover, so I will do the shrimp and the veggies. All right, he just came in from outside. It's cold and it's dark and it's only 6 o'clock.
It is.
All right.
I was trying to figure out what I wanted to start with. Looks like you did these a little bit different than normal.
Not too different.
It's good. Strong seasoning. Very good.
You gotta get some of the did you get chicken on it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did.
You like it? You like the zucchini noodles?
Very creamy.
The Alfredo
A
sauce?
little bit of a crunch on the zucchini noodles. Which is good.
Yeah, then shrimp. Always so good. I said you love shrimp.
I saved my shrimp tails under my bed.
No, but the chickens love them.
Sorry, it was a commercial.
Yes, it was about the,
That was all
I don't
steak.
know. Yeah, Allstate.
Well, I'm gonna finish eating this, so.
All right, there you have it, folks. There you have it. It is a win. Even Ronnie said, Mom, this is really good. And her favorite is Alfredo, which is why I decided to do that tonight, because it's one of her favorite foods. So I'm gonna go eat though too. We're all hungry. Charles is still making yum sounds. So he is enjoying it, and thumbs up that he is eating these zucchini noodles.
Well, so the only thing is I'm afraid you may not be able to do anything better.
Oh, he's something else. All right, it's 6 o'clock, you guys. That came together super, super fast. Super easy dinner tonight. So make sure you give me a thumbs up if you guys want to see more of what we're eating now. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever you are.